Hey guys, and welcome to this new video. Now, if we talk about expensive gaming headphones, the Astro A50s almost surely make that list. But at 250 euros, are they any good? Let's find out. Now first let's go over the physical aspects of the Astro A50s. Now, in my opinion, they have a very nice and industrial look with these like metal bars, and they are very much adjustable in which you can tilt the ear cups, and the way that the headband adjuster moves very smoothly. Overall, the headphones feel very sturdy and there's no complaints there. Now, on the right ear cup is where all your controls are. On the outside, you have your voice and game adjustment, which you can choose on how loud you want to be the party chat in comparison to the game audio. To be honest, I find this the most annoying control out of all, simply because I keep forgetting which side moves up the game volume and which side moves up the chat volume. It's very annoying as there's no way you can feel it, so I end up pressing both sides and seeing what happens, and then sometimes it just takes so long to figure out. Now you also have this very nice volume dial, which I very much appreciate. This one, it feels very nice and they really nailed it with that one. And then above that you have your EQ settings, which you have 3 options for. And then you have your Dolby Surround button and then your power button. On the left side you just have a mic, which you unmute by just moving it forward in front of your face, and then once you want to mute it again, you just flip it up. Now comfort wise, these things in my opinion are very much on the heavy side, and they're also very big. Now I do like how soft the ear cups are and how easy the ear cups are to replace, but in my personal experience these headphones are quite heavy, like I said, and so this top headband starts digging into my head, and then after a while it gets me to be they get a little bit annoying and not so comfortable anymore. They're very comfortable when I first put them on, but after like an hour and a half I really want to take them off because of this headband, because it starts digging into my head. So it's very comfortable in one way, and the other, this headband should have definitely just had less weight. If it had more clamping force, then again I do have a small head, but if it had more clamping force on my ears, it would have taken some weight away from my headband. But to be honest, I have that with most headphones, other than my Beyerdynamic DT770s. My QC35s have the exact same thing, even worse actually. So it might just be me, but these are not the most comfortable headphones I've ever put on. But that was basically all the good stuff. What about sound quality? Now these basically sound like shit whether you listen to any kind of music. They are really terrible, very bass heavy. Everything else is very much pushed to the background for me, and the bass is straight up in my face, so it makes everything that even carries the slightest amount of bass unlistenable, as I just get headaches from that crazy bass and the vocals being so far out. It is better if you turn the Dolby Atmos off when listening to music. Suddenly it does really change because it doesn't try to be as wide of a soundstage anymore, but it still is one of the worst headphones I've ever listened to, and that's terrible to say for 300 euro headphones. That's absolutely not even tolerable. These things should be and sound amazing. Now for listening to music, like I said, these are terrible, but for listening to movies or games, the bass is actually very nice, because in here you get the very wide soundstage, and when something happens very close to you, or a grenade explodes for example in a game, it really feels like you're actually there because the crazy amount of bass response. For using it to watch movies, play games, etc., I can highly recommend them. These things are very awesome. They can get crazy loud, like speaker loud. That's crazy loud. Like this that's crazy loud. This would literally make me deaf. That's loud, isn't it? It's like a speaker. Now what about the mic quality? The mic quality is absolute shit, and this is also very much not acceptable for 300 euro headphones, or 250 euro headphones for that matter. The mic quality is absolute shit, and I would expect something way better for this price point. Now the big pro is that these are wireless, but then that's also the biggest con. I'm literally sitting 2 meters away from the charging base, which is in a closet, in a wooden closet, a very thin one, and sometimes it even just cuts out the sound. I was just amazed the first time it did it that they didn't have that good of a connection that good of sound quality, that good of mic quality. Build quality is very good, but that does not make up for the €300 price. And even though I really like the charging station, and just as a tip for PS4 users, you can set it so your PS4 keeps powering on the USB ports for like 2 hours after you put it in rest mode, so it can charge 2 hours after you're done playing. And that's very nice. You know, I really like that charging station as you do not have to plug it in. It's just your permanent way of storing these headphones. And also another battery saving feature that's very nice is as soon as you put them flat on the table, they will almost immediately turn off to save battery, and then once you pick them up again, immediately turn on. That is a very neat feature, I'm not gonna lie. And even though these things have amazing build quality and they look amazing in my opinion, they just feel amazing to have in your hands, and the comfort is pretty good. The sound quality is just very much awful. Very, very awful, especially compared to like normal headphones that would cost this price. I would have my decision made in 3 seconds and just, you know, stick a mod mic on it or something like that. For me, there's no reason why you should forgo for this instead of good quality headphones and then just go wired, because man, for the price, these things are ridiculously priced. Now, coming to the conclusion, do I like these headphones? I actually kind of do. For gaming, I really don't mind them, but I wouldn't really do anything else with them, like music or something like that. No, absolutely not. That is really not, in my opinion, what these things are made for, and they're very much not tuned for it. Music sounds completely awful on these things. Like I said, way too much bass. It's literally ridiculous, ear-pounding bass, which is nice in movies, but not really for me in music, or you need to be a very big bass head. But the fact that these are wireless is a big pro. The fact that the build quality is this good and you get that nice looking charging base with it. I really like that charging indicator. It's so butterly smooth, and I like the charging base as a whole. It's very good looking in my opinion. But the things that the headphones need to be actually good at, it's either mediocre or terrible. So I would say no, I can definitely not recommend you buying these headphones at this price point. If they would cost half of what they cost right now, like 150 bucks, that would change the world. But no, they're just crazily high priced, and even though they have amazing build quality and I do quite like the comfort and stuff like that, the rest just doesn't live up to this price point. Now, if this video helped you out, please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and if you have any questions, just leave them down below, and I will see you in the next one.